Alright, hello, what's up, what's going on? I'm Goran Starborn, and this is episode 3 of a scholarly playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. In the previous episode... I already killed these guys, they're dead, don't worry about them. In the previous episode, in episode 2, we finished by reading the description of the Firekeeper Soul, which is an item that we picked up at the beginning of the episode, which is an item that we alluded to at the end of the first episode, very ominously. And by picking it up, we thwarted its ominousity, which in the last episode I also decided was a word. Up here we're going to fight another Black Knight. I'll just ignore my deaths, however the fight goes, that's how it goes, and I'll keep talking. But we thwarted its ominousity by figuring out what it is, but we decided that that's okay, because there's plenty more things to be ominous. Like, for instance, there are in fact 2 Bells of Awakening. Ooh, what's a Bell of Awakening? Ooh, ominous. But today we plan to use that Firekeeper Soul. We're going to progress this way, which loops around, spoilers. Loops around back to the Firelink Shrine. You go open a shortcut to the Firelink Shrine, an elevator. More spoilers, it's an elevator. We're gonna go back up here and fight the Black Knight. We're just gonna keep doing this till I'm done talking, because it's better than just sitting still. But we're gonna use the Firekeeper Soul once we've made it back. And we're also gonna pick up the halberd. Now I'm just gonna run up here and grab these souls, because it's actually quite a lot for as low a level as I am. It's funny to say that 1,300 is quite a lot, because I'm currently also doing a playthrough off stream, or off, not recorded. That's what I'm trying to say. Off camera, I guess. Yeah, that works. I'm currently doing a playthrough off camera where I'm in New Game Plus. I'm quite a ways into it, in fact. You dick. It's just like, oh, you want these? Well, you can't have them. But, oh, oh no, don't come down here! Oh, jeez. Now he's blocking my exit. Well, I guess we have to kill him. That made no sense. But we're going to use the Firekeeper Soul, we're going to get the halberd. It's going to be a great episode. But before I do those things, let me just run up and get my soul, so I'll talk while we're on the way to the halberd. God damn it. Alright, let me just... We'll do whatever it takes to get those souls, and then we'll continue with the explanations afterward, because clearly, I cannot hold my train of thought right now. All hail Sanic. Okay, now that we've praised Sanic and gotten our souls back, yeah, there's a few things that I need to go over before we do everything that we're going to do this episode, because I said some things in the previous episodes that were not actually true, and I think the boar is charging me. Oh, okay, yep, he was charging me. There's a boar there. See him? Anyways, I said some things in the previous episodes that were not actually true, while I was trying to explain some stuff. And I'm not a fan of it, of people doing that. I definitely don't want to be one of the people that does that. I hate it when people spread false information. Especially when, like, they spread it wrong. Like, they misunderstand it and then misrepresent themselves when they repeat the false information. It's just that game of telephone that you play in grade school, you know? It's bad stuff. Don't do it. Don't do that, kids. But yeah, there were a few things I explained that I need to re-explain. I have a piece of paper here. Havel's Ring. I had said that it increased your equipment load by 25.5 pounds. Let me take a break from this explanation real quick to explain something else. We just picked up alluring skulls. A skull with meekly lingering souls throw to shatter and spread souls to attract certain types of enemies. Souls are a concentration of life, and the life-starved hollows are lured by its power. Not effective for all enemies. Here's the thing about this boar, secret about the boar, spoilers. He is stupid, and he does fall for this. He's very susceptible to fire damage, but not susceptible to much else. But if you throw this skull in the fire, he will just run himself just like straight into the fire. Isn't that neat? Look how stupid he is. Oh god, you're stupid, boar! Oh, oh man. That was about to be terrible. And he dropped the Fang Boar helm. Severed head of the fully armored Fang Boar taken by the one who killed it as proof of his victory. Just as the gods once did with the head of the ancient dragon, can be worn on the head as a surprisingly sound piece of protective gear. You can wear it on your head. And we still have a light roll with it. You know what? Let's rock it. Who cares? Let's do it. No, I don't like it. Get it off. It actually blocks a surprising amount of the screen. I don't like that. Where am I going? This is actually where I need to go. I'm going down here. Where was I? Yeah, Havel's Ring. It actually increases your equipment load by a certain percentage, and at the time, our equipment load was such that that percentage was 25.5 pounds. My New Game Plus character that I was mentioning is currently wearing Havel's Ring, and I noticed when I take it off and put it back on him, it increases his equipment load by like 60 pounds. So it's definitely a percentage, not a straight 25.5. The Sunlight Altar. I had said that that you buy spells from Sunbro at the Sunlight Altar. That's not the case either. As a matter of fact, you actually, when you do co-op with people, you can get sunlight medals. When you let them summon you into their world, you get a sunlight medal for helping them out with defeating their boss. You go into somebody else's world, defeat a boss with them, you get a sunlight medal, and you go to that altar, and there's just a prompt when you have sunlight medals to just give sunlight medals to the altar. And after reaching certain amounts, I think it's 10, 20, and then there's a special soul that you need for the last one, then you get the lightning spears. You get a lightning spear for 10 and then greater lightning spear for 20 or 30. I don't know the exact number, so don't take that for at face value for what I said there. But yeah, that's how you get those, the sunlight medals, not by buying them from Sunbro. The Night Shield. This medium metal shield is elegantly carved and painted, although it is thought to have been used by ancient kings of the nobility. Its defense capabilities are similar to other shields. Oh my god. And now we have a metal shield, and it blocks 100% of physical attacks. And we're not going to test it right now, because this guy's dumb and just blocked so we got to kick him and take advantage of him being stunned by us kicking him. Ain't that something? I think we're gonna lure these guys. There's actually another dude with a spear to the right, and a Balder Knight, which we've yet to encounter in this playthrough, I'm just realizing. But he's a fairly difficult enemy. We're gonna lure them out with the skull. That way we don't have to worry about them doing a pincer attack on us. There we go. It's funny, the Balder Knight fell for that, but the regular dude did not. It's interesting. But that item you see over there is the halberd. Oh, snap. It's almost time for the halberd. Oh, my God. Be very quiet. Alright, and the next item I needed to go over... Oh, I just remembered one that I didn't write down at all, but I somehow remembered. The basement key opens the narrow passage leading below with the far face of the Great Bridge and the Undead Burg. The lower Undead Burg is a treacherous place. Do not turn your back on the wily thieves or the wild dogs who serve the Capra demon. The mystery key. The purpose of this key is unknown. It appears to be a basic prison cell key. I've decided that, I'm going to tell you some things before they happen, which I guess I've already been doing, but I'm just letting you know now. The halberd, the long-hilted weapon, mixing spear and axe, is difficult to handle, requiring both strength and dexterity. The halberd has 2 elementary attacks, spear-like thrusting and large sweeping swings. However, one false swing and the wielder is left wide open. Because it's somewhat heavy, and the bulk of the weight is out on the end of the stick, if you miss, you stumble forward a little bit. If you don't miss, then you're fine. Like, I guess the stopping power of whatever you're hitting stops you from stumbling. But, the other thing, I need to go, Occult and Divine, I don't think that I actually misrepresented those. I just wanted to clarify. Occult, I might have said something about them actually being used in-game for things. Divine does kill undead things for good if there's a necromancer reviving them. It keeps him from doing that. But, Occult, I don't know that does anything in-game. I know lore-wise it's supposed to do extra damage to gods. I don't know if that actually means anything, if it does, like, extra damage to, like, the final boss, or... jeez. Forgot about you. It was Baronique Knight. Trick with the Baronique Knight, for the mace ones at least, just circle around his shield and you'll be fine. But, no! And I didn't circle around his shield, but it's okay, we got it. Sorry for the silence there, I was super concentrating. But we got another Firekeeper Soul. Isn't that great? Or I read the description for that, so you don't need to know that. But here's the elevator shortcut that I talked about. But the occult weapons are said to do extra damage to gods, but I don't actually know if that's like an actual thing, or if it's just, lore. Just flavoring. Neat little trick, if you roll off onto there, you can come up here, and then go this way, like that. And if you run all the way up here, and you sit down in this nest up here, you press the A button, curl up like a ball. It takes a while the first time, but if you sit there and wait long enough, that crow will fly up and take you back to the place you started the game at. But we're not going there yet. We're gonna pick this up. The Undead Asylum F2 West Key. Key to the iron bars on the west side of the second floor of the North Undead Asylum. And then it says exactly the same thing as the East Key. The other thing I need to correct, I think the final thing, bleed and poison damage. Poison, I think I said accurately, it just does periodic damage to you, and then there's a stronger version called Toxic, which does even more periodic damage to you. Bleed. Bleed is what I need to correct. If you're taking bleed damage, the meter will start to fill up. Once the meter gets to full, when you take a bleed, like a burst of blood comes out of you, and you just take a whole bunch of damage. And that's what bleed does. It's not a periodic effect, like I said in the first episode. What an idiot. I said so many things wrong. But this woman will reinforce your Estus flask. She does not talk. And I'll give you spoilers, because there's a really pain-in-the-ass thing that you have to let happen in order to let the game explain why she doesn't talk. And I'm not going to let that pain in the ass happen, because it's a pain in the ass. But the mystery key that we got is to open a cell for a knight in golden armor who is holding, or you release him and he goes kehehehe, which is an evil laugh, so already you don't trust him. And it's well-founded mistrust, because he will kill your firekeeper there, and then you won't be able to upgrade Estus Flasks, and also the fire there you won't be able to rest at anymore. He's just all around a bad dude. And so we're going to let him out of his cage and let him go back to the Firelink Shrine, and then we're going to kick him off a cliff, and all will be well. And we'll be very happy about it. We'll be like, yay, we murdered somebody. Isn't that great? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but I guess that's useful. I guess that's useful. We're gonna finish killing all of these enemies, and then we'll talk to my mother. 'Cause I am in the middle of recording a video. Okay. I don't need to show you me fighting through all of these enemies that you already saw me fight through again. So what we're going to do is we're going to say the same thing again that we said earlier in the episode, which is all hail Sonic! Oh no! Man, we just lost a bunch of souls. Oh well. let's continue hailing Sanic. We're gonna pause the Sanic hailing for a bit. We just picked up my favorite shield, the Hollow Soldier's Shield. Metal shield wielded by hollow soldiers, heavily rusted but sturdy, providing a strong defense. And that actually provides 100 physical, 30 magic, 65 fire, and 50 lightning. It's not the best light shield in the game, but it is really good. And also my favorite light shield in the game, just because I think it looks neat. Hailing Sanic again! Much better. Okay. We're back. We're back in the game. Not exactly the same place I left off, but close enough. And we're gonna heal. Get our health back up. Well, drink a drink. You might have noticed I went back down below again. That's because I lost those souls, and I wanted to have the same amount of souls, at least. So I went back for them. Hopefully, dying like that didn't screw up saving our Firekeeper. I don't think that it did. I can't imagine that it would have. But hopefully I'm correct. Is that the last of the little guys? Might be. It's not. Oh, that hurt. Don't do that. No, that's the last of the little guys. No, it's not. I lied again. I'm so sorry. Whoops. Get wrecked. Okay, finally. Finally, we in here. Okay. So. Now that we've gotten those guys out of the way, we can come over here and get this. Large soul of an nameless soldier! And then we run back over here, and we'll have another Baldur Knight. And ain't that fantastic? Yes, it is. That's the answer you're looking for. Super fantastic. Ultra bombastic. Why'd you turn around, you stupid? Attack. What are you doing? I should mention, when he's pointing his sword straight forward like that, never, I repeat, never attack him when he's doing that. If you attack him when he's doing that, he will automatically riposte. And if you remember, the riposte is the attack that, like, deflects your attack and then does an insane amount of damage back to you. And they are no different. He will do an insane amount of damage to you if you attack him while he's doing that. So don't do it. Okay? Just don't. Hi, buddy! This is Lautrec. He's the dick I told you about.
Oh, still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this, and I guarantee a reward. Only later. Yes, very sorry. Your reward will have to wait. I've just been freed. Allow me some time. I am free. Now, I can get back to work.
And I've played through this game 50 times, so I know that that's the end of his dialogue, which means we'll find him back at the Firelink Shrine. So I'm just going to go straight there. I would go upgrade my weapon first, but we're going to come straight back here after we go to the Firelink Shrine. We should be able to end this video on killing the boss. All hail Sanic. Alright, we're back at the Firelink Shrine. There's that guide that's not going to be your guide for much longer. And here's Dickface. Just like that. And now we quit the game. And when we reload it and come back in, the item he drops every time he dies should be sitting on the ground. And there it is. The loading screen just showed you what it was. You get 5 humanity and the Ring of Favor and Protection, also known as the Fap Ring. The Ring of Favor and Protection, a ring symbolizing the favor and protection of the goddess Fina, known in legend to possess fateful beauty. This ring boosts its wearer's HP, stamina, and maximum equipment load, but breaks if ever removed. And pretty much everybody equips the Fap Ring. It's just so good that it's basically just accepted that you wear that and then whatever ring of your choosing. But for me, there's not really an option. I always go with the Fap Ring and Havel's Ring. Just because I like the extra equipment load. I usually like to wear super heavy armor and wield heavy weapons, and then still have at least a medium roll. And in order to do that with the heaviest of armor, you have to be wearing both of these. Or put an insane amount of points into endurance when you level up. But it should be noted there are soft caps in the game, and for endurance, I can't remember if it's 40 or 50. I think it's actually 40. Once you get past 40 points in endurance, it stops increasing your stamina, and only increases your equipment load. So if you give yourself enough endurance to medium roll and super heavy armor, using just points in endurance, you're pretty much wasting a bunch of points. Because in order to do like the kind of rolling that I like to do in heavy armor, using only endurance, you would have to get it up to like 60 or something, and then you've put 20 points into endurance just for equipment load, which is just silly. Just don't do that. That's just silly. And it strikes me we could have just not rested at that bonfire, and then all of these enemies would still be dead. But then again, we also wouldn't have Estus. Also, this night, which I'm sure you've already noticed, and that mage up there do not come back. There are certain enemies in the game that when you kill them, they're just dead. Still got it. Got them parries. Did riposte. And now we're gonna go down here and meet one of my favorite characters, named Andre. And you know what? Come to think of it, I think killing Lautrec is a good note to end on. We'll leave you in this episode with some more ominousity. Sit down at this bonfire as you listen to the hammering of a blacksmith that we will meet in the next episode. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. If you enjoyed me, give me a subscribe if you're not already. And don't forget to watch me on the Defenders of Kobold channel on Twitch, or Kobold Defenders on YouTube. Alright. Y'all have fun. Have a good whatever time it is. You have a good that. Alright, bye-bye.
Get the party.